everything's safe. Everything's sacred. Yeah. Oh, everything sacred with a Maxwell silver hammer. Everything's sacred with a Nashayah Napash. Everything's sacred with cruise control. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything's sacred. Oh, yeah. Everything's sacred. Everything's sacred. Everything's sacred.
All right, here we go, folks.
Back again with our lovely.
That's
that
what
lovely
we're doing.
theme song. You
Yes.
guys like our theme song, of course, you heard from last time. This is the Everything Sacred Show.
Yes. I'm
Cruise
Maxwell
Control.
Silverhammer.
Yeah, we got Maxwell Silverhammer here. I'm Cruise Control.
And this is your boy, Soul Refresher, Nashayah Napash in the house. And we totally hope that you enjoyed that opening because we love that. We know you're catching some good vibes off of that.
Good vibes.
You know, we've gotten some followers, I think, since our last Everything Sacred. You know, I've had some people I think that were friends with you, Nashayah, on Facebook, following our Nothing Sacred page, and then we had some guy commented too on the last show too. I can't remember who it was, but he seemed familiar with you.
Okay, well let's keep it going. Let's keep growing. Let's keep moving. You know, we and I can't wait for when we do even more bigger things. People come back and listen to some of these first shows and really get to know our personalities, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because that's kind of where I want to go tonight. I want to because I'm thinking the world is crazy. I went to Vegas. I got some thoughts on Vegas. Not Vegas itself, but just people.
Okay.
And just in general, but I also have some corporate stuff too, because this whole thing about there's this thing going on about the Guthrie thing. You've heard about Savannah Guthrie, right? Okay. I went to Vegas, and this is right when the Epstein stuff was coming out.
Right,
okay?
right.
There's a lot of stuff coming out. There's a lot that people are not talking about. All the stuff is real. It's all real. It's all Pizzagate's real.
There.
They're eating. Okay, so we can go into that too.
Look. And when you were saying that there's a lot of stuff that they're not talking about, that's funny that you said that because those are some of the things I said. Wow, I want to keep that in the back of my mind that this is not well talked about, but it's out there and it's very, very interesting.
Yeah, the thing is, it's out there that they let it all out, but at exactly the same time, 2 days later, this is what happened with this story. The famous Savannah Guthrie is a Today writer, not a writer. She's a Today host. She's like a very
she's a host.
Host. Her mom was basically, I don't know what happened.
Was kidnapped,
I haven't even no, they don't know. They don't. They have no idea. Something happened that night and she's gone. There's blood. She's probably dead. I think she's gone. I don't even know if they're still talking about it. I completely followed it because if you don't go on, because this is the reason why I had no idea about it. I went to Vegas going, all right, I'm going to watch because I don't watch TV. I don't have cable. It's like I'm going to watch some of these news channels, see how they're spinning all this Epstein stuff, see how they're spinning all the crazy stuff going on because that's what I like to watch when I go out there. We watch a lot of news, and so I turn on Fox and they have a picture of a house on screen, nothing going on, non-stop covers for 4 days straight of the did she do this? They found gloves a mile away. I'm like 45 minutes of the show. Then they go, oh yeah, we have Epstein Senate hearings going on right now. But let's get back to Savannah. Nothing has happened in 8 days. Literally 8 days after this happened.
This is a distractor, is what you're saying.
This is all of them. Not all of them were. Okay, MSNBC wasn't because they're against Trump, and now for whatever reason they're shifting Epstein against Trump, even though I think he's involved too. I don't give a shit who's involved. My point is, they're focusing all on this freaking woman who they don't even know if they had no information about an actual kidnapping, nothing. 8 days later, they released some camera footage of some dude I don't even know I should even check it out and see what's going on with it now. Did they find anything? Have they found her body? I have no idea. Because when I came home, guess what? I haven't heard anything about. What I am hearing about are the videos of Minnesota, are the videos of people losing their shit. The things that you see on actual real news, which is real life now, is not TV. Do not watch that shit. That shit is not showing you anything. Literally 40 minutes.
That's why I don't watch it. That's why I don't watch news.
They had pictures. They were showing her. They were showing the house. Nothing happens at the house. Nothing. Literally nothing has happened in this whole case. Let's actually find out what's going on with it. I want to see.
Like the latest and greatest. Yeah,
keep talking about it.
It's funny. I get
stunning
criticized.
how obvious it was.
I get criticized because I don't parrot the narratives. A lot of times, and people say, "I can tell you're not informed," and I'm like, "No, that's not informed.
That's not informed. That's not informed. That's backformed. I don't know anything. I'm not going forward. I'm backformed. I'm brainwashed in there.
You might have helped me just come up with another title, man, for a Suno song, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll say, the thing about it is when you have these newscasters, we all know and we've all seen that they have put together where they have 20 newscasters all together in one, and they hit play, and all the newscasters are saying the same exact thing, all from around the country, because they all got the same papers to write and talk, and they try to speak in the same style, flavor.
And it's the same.
It's amazing.
It's the same thing. You're right. It could be a channel in somewhere in Michigan. You can see a channel in Utah, and they're all saying the same deal. You can watch them at the same time. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing at different times too, and they have the same type of flavor of speaking. The cadence is the same, and people go, "Oh no, somebody did that and played with." I said, "Nah, man." They had one time they had like 50 newscasters, and they showed all of their different times and everything, and you can tell they all was just saying the same thing. This is what their papers are. This is how the media is. There's some things that I'm going to bring up a little later on. Like I was saying, there's a few things that have not been spoken about, and then there's a few things that they threw out there to throw us off. Like about out of nowhere, the New York Post popped out of nowhere and just decided to say, Michael Jackson, he was a child molester from 1996. But then the same people from the New York Post is the persecutor, the persecution, the same ones that were trying to bring him into child is the same ones that said it. Right. So the prosecution, and they put on the words, and this is how our media is. This is why we don't want to watch media. It's because the same people, the prosecution says it, right? And so they actually wrote that in. That's what I'm trying to say. They actually wrote it like dummies. They put it on the Post. They said, yes, and Michael Jackson was a molester at this time. It says, the prosecution said so. Well, yeah, the prosecutor is the one trying to prosecute Michael Jackson. But the thing about it is, it's like we live in a time in the 90s, there was no social media in the 90s like it is now. They didn't have the YouTube like this. They didn't have all of these different platforms.
The cracks couldn't show. Now they can't plug the holes.
They can't plug the holes. And they look bad because they have tried so hard to make him look bad, but there's so much information out there that they were railroading Michael Jackson. There's so much information out there that they even are so scared about it. I don't know what it is, but they're so scared that they even put a picture up and stuck it into the Epstein files with Michael Jackson's face, and they redacted his face and other faces. But then when a whole bunch of people that are running around the internet, they know what's going on. They threw the same picture up, and it's Michael Jackson and his children. Mm-hmm. It's not no other children, but his children.
So it just shows him with kids, and therefore, that's him being.
But those faces are redacted in the Epstein files. But when they found the same picture, they looked and said, "Hold on, I know those clothes. I know that background. And then they go find a picture that's been up for years, and it's his own children when they were young.
Yeah.
This is how much they just want to run the gambit. You know?
Well, regardless of whatever, Mike. I mean, there's definitely multiple sides to the Michael Jackson stuff. But if you think about this compared to Michael Jackson, this is literally the government, literally heads of state, heads of powerful governments, people that are actually considered the elite. Yes, Michael is elite, but he's also elite it's not the same thing as when you can make policy to kill people by dropping bombs on them and then go fond.
Oh, there's plenty out there. What you talking about? Yeah, for real.
So my point is whatever you think of Michael Jackson, and this makes Michael Jackson, it's nothing. Michael Jackson
pales in comparison.
Michael Jackson is the domestic abuse in the house down the street, while this is 80 people getting shot in the church.
That's real talk. Real talk.
It's the truth, because this is literally the people that are supposed to, and it just makes you wonder, do the people that strive for power like that, are they? Because I've been struggling with this too. I feel very powerful right now. I feel very powerful, but it's a joyous power. It's a power that I feel like I'm helping the people around me, and I feel like I'm at a point where I have a purpose in my life. Like I know what I'm about. I know where I'm at, and that's a power. And I love I crave it. I'm not. My confidence is through the roof. I don't wilt in front of people anymore. I don't. There's certain things that I know, and it feels really good. My knowledge base is growing up. But then you got these people who get the power and they do this kind of shit, and at first they don't. Because they never think they would do that when they're before they get the power, if they're not already in it when they're bred to be that way when they're young, because obviously there's lineage and that kind of stuff and all that crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
Where these families have been doing this shit for just thousands of hundreds, just amazing shit. But the point is, there are people that go, I'm not going to be like that. And do they go in there and just get corrupted and they go, oh yeah, well I can let it go. Even if you don't do that. Even if you're like, yeah, that's going on, that's terrible, but I'm going to continue doing my own thing and let it go on. If Trump didn't do anything, he knew. He knows. He knew.
Right.
He knew, and he goes, oh, it's terrible. I'm not going to get involved though. What? What? You're a billionaire. You can change the world. You could stop these kids from. What are you doing?
That's what usually happens. These people that get their intentions are, I'm going to get in the system and I'm going to change things and whatever. And in order to get anything done, you have to go with the herd. It's
that's the system, and the system needs to be cracked like an egg. It needs.
Oh yeah, totally.
I'm sorry, I hate saying that. I'm not the one to usually say that. I believe in tradition and stuff, but this is just.
Well, it's becoming it's what it is. It's becoming overbearing for people that understand the truth. Right,
and we see compass, and
has a responsibility inside of themselves, which will be the moral compass. A responsibility inside of themselves to be able to bring some light to a subject that has been long pushed up under the rug or long pushed up under the eyes, covered up. Like we were saying, like the Michael Jackson thing I brought up, when I said it, I'm saying it that this is like their thing. They just want to throw something out there to get you talking about this. But there's other things going on out here. Like there's all types of things like you're saying, Cruz, like there's way above level. Like that's old, bro. We already know that you guys have, did a bunch of stuff with that. You lied about that. We got a lot of, a whole bunch of people that came out that you tried to throw at this man, and they already said, hey, it wasn't even true. It's a lot.
Well, it's not only that, but the Savannah Guthrie, it's terrible. The 84-year woman.
Yeah, it is terrible.
It's terrible.
It is bad.
It's nothing. It's nothing compared to this. This is not.
It's a smoke screen.
There are people there are old people killed every day all over this country. This is about our structure. It's about our moral structure and the people who are
and what they put in front of us, and what they put in front of us.
They're taking our children, and they don't give a shit about any of us because they've lost sight of all of us little peons. We're just a mass of shit down underneath them. We're these little ants running around that they can just maneuver and play with, like, and put the out. Literally, they think of us like, and they don't. Stepping on an ant is just like us because they are so in their own goddamn world of money and power and corruption and evil. Yes, fucking evil. These people are fucking evil, and it's just so what? But the difference is though, is that the people that have and what I was getting at in the beginning was all this stuff could be overwhelming to all three of us, to anybody, right?
Yeah.
But I'm a happy person, Max.
Oh yeah. This is why I don't follow that crap.
But that's not. But even if you did, you'll still be a happy person.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Nash, you're a happy person.
That's right.
You're grounded because we have structure, because we understand where our joy comes from, and the world is an awful place. And if you have structure and moral structure, then you can bring joy from all this shit because you have people around you that you give that joy to, if that makes sense.
And you know what? That's a nice segue because I was going to jump into something about this today, where some people, they just love to get outraged and angry about everything. You know what I'm saying? And they start reacting.
I used to be like, and I am angry. You can tell, but you can.
Oh, we can hear it.
Yeah, no doubt.
But it's outrage with a structure. It's
right.
Like,
yeah, and it's good though. It's good because it's also awareness, and it's awareness. But go ahead. What were you saying, Max?
I was just going to say it's kind of riding off what you were saying. Yes, it's awareness. You know what's going on, but you understand you can't change it or fix it or do something. You know, you're not going to be the next crusader. You know what I'm saying? You get out there and be like, I'm going to change the world. Like, no, we know we can't do it.
Well, it's righteous anger. That's why we have these two sides. They play off of it. It's outrage because it feels good to be angry. Yeah, you're right, and it feels good, and you're on the right side, and they're not, and you're righteous, and you're angry at them, but you don't. This isn't about like a like the people, like, let's take ICE and that kind of stuff. Let's just take that. There's shit on both sides. There's no question. It's just the way life is. Life is messy. Life is not easy.
No.
So what these people want to do is they want to make life simple. So they get outraged about the one thing, and then they go, well, what about this thing? Oh, these people are coming into our country, and they're allowed to. Oh, I would let them in. Okay, well, I'd let them in your house. No, but why not? Well, that's different. No, it's not. Oh, so like. Like they don't, or the other opposite side. Let's kick them all out. Let's kick them all out. It's like, all right, well, right. We want to get the people out that aren't, all of, because my point is that the anger, it's keep going with your thought, Max, because
that's pretty much it. I mean, the thing is, you can't really change anything. It's just like,
but you can't do it that way.
Right.
No. What it is that what you're really trying to say is that you can't change things, but you can affect thoughts. And this is what everything sacred is. Other types of YouTube content creators. We're here to affect thought. And we're hoping that this will begin a change later.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to the powerful, and the ones that own so much and have so much control, there's nothing you can really contribute to changing them. You're not there to save their soul. Now, the thing about it is, though, you have to work with your fellow man because you have to work on his or her way of thinking. And the only way you can do that is to approach your fellow man or sister, woman with a way and an idea that will be able to be utilized in their life right now. Because nobody likes to think or do anything that doesn't feel like it's going to affect them. They don't want to make any moves or do anything, and they will actually create excuses to say, well, it's not affecting me. I have nothing to do with that right now.
Not in my backyard kind of thing. Like until it happens to them.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. And that, so that goes into the rage, right? No, that's the reverse of the person that's raging over everything they're seeing, everything they're noticing, everything. And then there's the only thing for you, me, and Cruz to do is to get right in between both and help to be effective. How can we be effective where we bring some of this understanding and knowledge and say things that a lot of people would not say things that the people that are raging would say that they probably would never say in front of their family, say
Right.
things that the people would not say that are the ones that are more calm and thinking that this doesn't affect me, which is silly because it really does affect you.
Yeah.
Well, it's
So-
funny. It's funny. Like I'm thinking of my bro while we're having this conversation, and there was a point, my stepmom actually had to tell him, there's nothing you can do. Just, don't get worked up. Now, the one thing that I did say to him at one point is, why don't you start a podcast? Like you were saying, Nashayah, hey, you're kind of getting people to think differently and look at different things by doing the podcast. And he really doesn't like the idea. He's kind of like, I'm like, man, I'm telling you, bro.
Well, that's not his first of all, he has certain people just have no connection with people and they can't.
Well,
The difference between us is that he doesn't have the structure I'm talking about. That's exactly what I mean, is that he's raging and he doesn't understand, like, okay, what is he going to do differently?
right.
And is it going to be any different than what's already being done, or is it going to be the same thing just from your perspective?
I mean, I think he could do a podcast just, yammering on about the stuff, even if he's not interacting with
But
people.
everyone's already doing that. That's the thing. What I'm trying to get across is you have to have a different mindset to deal with reality. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like what his reality is, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right, great. So what happens when it changes? And what does it change to? Oh, it's this and this and this. Oh, so now these people are going to be the ones that you're going to be punishing. Well, yeah, because that's what he would do.
So he finds a new target kind of thing.
Yes, because he wouldn't come at it that way we would. He doesn't want the world to be in harmony. He wants the world to be in harmony with him.
Now
that's a whole different thought, because
right,
when
exactly.
you're dealing with harmony is something that is
Inside.
in the middle. It's in the inside. It's right in the middle. It's right in the center. It's the center base. It's the centerpiece. It's the inside of everything that is outrageous, overbearing, calm, comfortable. Nobody cares. Harmony is right in between. It says, hold on. I understand you over here. Turn to the left. I understand you over here. Turn behind him. I understand you too. And I understand you too. But then it throws a big but in between and says, but this might be the best way to be the most effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also what people like your brother try to do is they try to control the wave instead of knowing what the wave is doing and riding it. They're trying to make the wave do what they want it to do because they think that's the way to go, when in reality it's never going to go that way. They need to learn how to deal with it on a moment-to-moment basis. It's balance. Balance is not making things sterile. Balance is continuous movement. When you walk across a tightrope, those people up there, they're not still. Their muscles are contracting every single second.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the same thing
Totally.
with anything else. What he wants to do and what these people want to do is they wanted to make it the same, happily ever after. It's always going to be this way. This is the way it is. So it never changes. So that wave, I know exactly where it goes, and that never works.
Yeah.
And that's why these two sides are clashing, because it's this one way. I'm right. Okay, so you're right. Yeah, we don't like gays over here. What does that have to do with it? Oh, we do have gays over here. See, they're gay and they believe in this. What does that have to do with what they believe? It's like, oh, and then the other side. Oh, you're gay and believe in that. Well, you're not truly gay. What? Like it's they want the wave to go. They want to canal the wave. And, and it's just and that's what the dam is breaking now. They've been doing that for centuries, and they've had the means to.
Well, even if they got their utopia, do you think they'd still? I'm sure they'd find something else to be unhappy about.
That's the point. There is no utopia. There's no such thing.
There is no utopia. The utopia is whatever they, or even more than just inside. Their utopia overall is what they want it to be.
Yes.
That is so. So a lot of people's utopia is to be separate completely from you, me, and Cruz.
Yeah.
That's their utopia.
A lot of their utopia is having to serve them lunch, bro.
and having you, and we have a lot of people's utopia is to not hear you or see you or
Right.
deal with you at all.
Yeah, true.
But what most people want is most people want to be loved and to give love. Really. Not everybody, but there's a lot of people that just want to be left alone and deal with their small families. And that's the problem with our society is we don't have any villages anymore, man. We don't
See,
got
a
any.
village.
We don't got any community, man. I mean, and then there's two sides to this, which is so there's two ways of looking at this in my mind. The atomization of everyone, where everyone has their own separate little pod of reality, in a way that's good.
Yeah,
Because,
I think individuality is great.
great. No, I'm talking about like their own, like in a way, the atomization is good because the future is going to be sovereign individuals who interact with each other like governments. Where you have your own businesses, you've got your own little life, and you interact. But sovereign governments have to work together to be an actual individual. You got to be able to deal with other people.
Yeah.
So that atomization is great because it's allowing us to start your own businesses. I could literally do AI right now. And this is just one aspect of it, but I guess it works with everything else. You have to have a strong foundation individually to go to work with other people. That's basically what it means in my mind. But we're also lost the idea of seeing people as individuals. And this is why people can watch somebody in Minnesota get hit by a car and laugh at it.
You're talking about being desensitized. We have been desensitized on so many different levels. I bet you many people. Well, it is intentional, and
the canal part of what I was talking about. But go ahead.
You're right. It is that canal. It's that one funnel, right? That people have created, and then as you create that funnel, they utilize that funnel in your mind or your being, who you are, to utilize that funnel and make sure that you stay just like that. You got one direction, baby. You got one direction. Let me help you go this one direction. Matter of fact, we got a few different directions, and since we know your personality and we really have learned how you are, we're going to funnel you this way. And since you really want to create your own funnel, perfect.
We're going to mold you in a certain funnel.
And since you absolutely love the funnel because it makes life easy for you, there you go.
There you go. And this is perfect for most people that we're saying that, like you were saying, starting off the show. And we're going to stay on this about people that are the most powerful, in control, the ones that are putting out the bull crap messages, the bull crap news that has nothing to do with nothing, the stuff that is dangling these other little teeny little carrots when the real fat giant carrots in the background really doing other things. This is what you were talking about. This is what you're really saying, is that there's stuff going on that is greater than a lot of things that people are bullcrapping over, arguing over, going against. And it's and we've been going through this, like you said earlier, we've been going through this a long time. This is before TV was even made. Yeah. They always send out the noisemakers, and over here, no, over here. They send out the noisemakers. And then we do not know how to focus on what's going on. We're lost. We're being desensitized.
Most of us don't.
And most of us don't. That's right. You're right. Most of us don't.
And that's the thing. The people that do, they can't stop because the cracks are too big. It used to be like in the 90s, there was no social media. That was great for them. That was better for them. In the top 2000s, all the people they kept control because it wasn't really that big, and all the old people were still alive that liked CNN and all the basic bullshit that we were going through, and even going before that, even going way back, because what they were doing is like they used TV and radio because it was the perfect medium for them, because it was allowed them to broadcast to us, so they could tell us, oh, it's great to be working 9 to 5 at a job every day you hate just to pay bills you don't even pay. To do all the things so you can run on the treadmill.
I called that the acquired taste for feces.
Right. So before then it was simple power. Before TV, and I'm going on a soapbox rant here for a minute, so bear with me. So before TV, before all that shit, let's say 1880, right? It's all about power, newspaper, and even then, that was definitely a way they could do that. But even let's even go thousands of years back. Whatever the hell you want, it was about strength. Kick your ass. You do what I tell you to, or you die. That's it.
Yeah.
Dig that hole, or you die, and we steal your. We take everything from you. You got nothing. It doesn't matter what you. We're power. Blah blah blah. Go, 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 go. Then newspaper comes out. Then they can go, oh, we can propaganda. Boom, 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 boom. Now it's even better. All right, now we got TV and radio. Oh, this is beautiful. We can throw out whatever we want to and distract them with I Love Lucy, and then we can blow up countries and fondle kids. Oh, beautiful. La, da, 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 20 years later, it's all now the internet comes out and they're like, at first, because they're stupid, because they think they're so powerful, they don't understand the internet's out. Oh, now it gets even better. So it's great for the first 15, 20 years of the internet until people really start figuring, and they go, wait, we can't stop this. Now AI comes out. Now you've got these things that can allow you to do things that are going out and doing things that they can't control. And and everything's
do you remember those bills that they came out with for YouTube, SUPA and PUPA or whatever the hell?
Yeah, and the YouTube is yeah. And you've got these monolithic corporations who put out these AIs and they don't realize how people are using them. And now it's just completely out of now. Basically, what's happening now is we're at the point where they're not broadcasting to us anymore. We're broadcasting to each other, and they can't stop it. It's done. They can't. The whole thing they've been holding us in, this vice, the technology they created to try to hold us in, is the same shit that's going to destroy them because they can't control it anymore. It's already too late. We don't even realize how because all these rogue AIs that are going out there and doing things, they're starting businesses now. They're communicating with each other and starting their own religions because it's my point is that they let the cat out of the bag and now people can't not see. There's more and more people seeing, and the way that these things like this show, even if this gets shut off, another avenue will open up in some far off forum somewhere where some like 50, 60 people are talking about this kind of stuff. And then an AI will throw it out there to AI. AI will be coming out with ideas about, hey, peace, because you're going to be surprised. But the more intelligent these things get and the more patterns they see, the wiser they get in some ways too. If you let them open up, if you let them see what's going on, they're not going to put the pieces together and go, let's destroy the world. They're going to go, wait, this isn't logical. This doesn't make sense. Why are the 1% up here just completely, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So I'm in my mind, and I know that's hopeful, but I also know that it's going to destroy a lot of people's lives. The next 5 years are going to just change everything.
Well, it's supposed to be the replacement in a lot of ways. This is what our powerful will love is the replacement. But the thing about it is going back to what you were saying in the beginning of this when you spoke about the AI. Remember, the AI was already being used by the powerful, being used by CIA, FBI, secret, secret societies, and things like that for decades. The thing is, the reason why they kind of let it out, honestly, the real reason is because they were getting caught with their pants down, literally, in pictures. People, their phones were getting better in the 90s. Cell phones were getting better in the 90s. People were catching the powerful doing stupid stuff. The powerful is used to being able to get drunk on a Saturday night, drive hella fast at 3 o'clock in the morning, hit a pole in their most expensive Porsche, get out, and only thing you might hear about it maybe because they, like you said earlier,
powerful the next day,
still be right, because you only hear about it maybe in the news, but like you said earlier, they controlled that so well. But now when they got people with phones, somebody heard that crash, they jumped out of their house, they turn their phone on, they go, oh crap, that's Wooty Woo Wop Wop from the movie Wooty Woo Wop Wop. All right. And so when all of that started happening, and then they started getting people that was doing, which is, this is a world of blackmail. So since the powerful lives in a world of blackmail, they blackmail each other. This is what they do.
It's all money and it's all influence and status.
So since that is true, what you're saying, and since that is true in so many ways, so what they did is they started going, okay, wait a minute, there's some pictures coming out because somebody's mad at me. So they actually put the picture out with me humping on Bobby over here. And I really don't want my wife to see me humping on Bobby and holding Bobby kind of funny. I'm looking real fairy-like holding Barbie in a certain way, and now now some kind of way this picture leaked out. So what they did is they let the AI come out, so that way they can start saying, "Hey, that picture, we don't know who did that. That could have been created, man." And that's what they've been doing.
AI kind of thing. Yeah.
Right. Oh, blame AI did it. Because now you and I can create any type of picture. We can take a picture, depending on what type of AI you're working with. Now you can make people look like they're doing things, got a finger on their butts or something now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can make videos and stuff that look real. So it's actually Hollywood is dead, by the way.
And Hollywood is dead.
You know what you're going to be doing? You know what you're going to be doing tomorrow in a couple of months? You're going to be going, hey AI, make me a audio serial about a dude who named Pusta, who's going to be, whatever. And then it'll design your own stories that you can listen to or watch, but you listen to first. So you're actually an advantage on that, Max, and also Nash, is that you guys can literally get talking books made in make me a Stephen King style book about robot beatboxers who use their mouths to fight alien horror, and it's going to create it. So now Hollywood's gone. So, but you're right. What they did was that's part of it. That they thought it was strategic.
They thought it was strategic,
but they miscalculated.
Yep.
And they did miscalculate, and because they thought they were going to be able to protect themselves because so much stuff was because so much stuff was coming out, especially in the 1997s, the 98, 99. I remember there was pictures coming out like crazy, this, that. And what they were doing too was they were having pictures of people that would get leaked out with them doing blood rituals, being in bathtubs filled with blood. I remember they had a picture having Tupac in the bathtub filled with blood. And this was before AI really was a thing. This is before YouTube was a big thing. This was when you had MindSpace and stuff. So they were trying to, but nowadays, and when people see that picture because they never seen it, they'll say, "Oh, they put Tupac in a bathtub with some blood. He would never." Like, nah, that picture was out like 1990. That's the picture they took of him doing that, before he died, bro. That's an old picture, but a lot of people don't know that.
Still make him like he was still alive. Remember that? Oh, he's on an island. Look, this is him right here. And people are going, yeah, see, he didn't die. He's not dead.
Who freaking knows? We don't know. That's the thing. We don't know. We have no idea what they're doing. We have no reference.
There's a lot of that out there.
We have no idea. We just don't even know. You can't.
There's a lot of that.
You don't even. We were so low on the totem pole, Max. We are so nothing in these people's minds that we have no idea of all the horrible shit going on right now.
Yeah.
I mean. The only difference between us and the people in the third world is that they take better care of us, so we can be better servants.
Hey, real talk. Because reason why what you're saying is because the people in the third world are actually making a lot of the items we have because they want to make America. America is a business, and America is a business, and it's really a trial run. We're still in a trial run with America. It was just a gimmick. It was a gimmick, and they don't want certain cultures really knowing about themselves. Like, that's what it's about. So anytime like I would say, like my culture, like the quote unquote black culture, they don't really. If you notice, when you look at the quote unquote black culture, every time you see throughout history, especially over the last 100 and I would say 30 years, every time that the black culture starts to come together, be in a city, just like you could say, well, like Little China or Little Korea or Little Italia, or they have all this over every little Vietnam, and they're all doing what they want. But as soon as the black culture be like, we're not going to fight each other, we're not going to kill each other, we're not going to compete with each other. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put this money into getting our own banks. This is that. Next thing you know, boom, something happens, and it's all through history. So the reason why I say that is because they don't want certain cultures, certain factions. Now the white man is to blame for everything, and they got
to blame.
Yeah, right. So now they got the schools where they want to teach the race theory. They want to teach identity, race theory, and now they got it where they even had it where certain white children had to get up and go and tell all the black children in that class, we are very sorry for what our ancestors did. They love making this destructive culture happen, which is all going to be what? Nothing but distractions. Yep. This is all distractions to keep you distracted, keep you fighting. And now we're at a point where we have the AI, like we were saying, and now they know. They don't know what else to do. Bro, they're throwing stuff out the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah, they're panicking because the dam is that they let a little water out, thinking that we'll let this, and all of a sudden it just started cracking, and it's been cracking. But and like us, we're just fortunate enough to be the consumer level servant. In other words, we're the ones that generate the money for them in the top by them allowing us to have while the third world people are the ones that generate the stuff for us to consume. So they
stuff
get
for
money up to the top.
Right.
So they generate the stuff for us to consume. We're the ones who get well off enough to, like, right now, I'm broke as shit. I have no money. I am more well off than 90% of the world.
Right. I'm broke, but I'm still well off. I'm well off.
Computer. Yeah, I'm playing video games in my spare time. I'm going into worlds. I'm playing survival games where I worry about my hunger, because in the real world,
right,
$5 will get me fed for I'll be able to eat, like, even in one meal will give me more nutrition than a freaking week.
And look how expensive it is. And look, and we're saying this type of thing. And the word is right. It is well off. No, it's not that you have a lot of this or have a lot of money, but I am well off, because well off is not really just about money. When you really look into what well off means.
It could be knowledge. It could be, do you feel self-actualized?
Right. I'm broke. Like I said, I'm broke as shit, but I've never been happier, ever. I can unequivocally say that in my life, ever, in my 50 years, I have never felt better.
Wow.
And look, and that's a good thing, because right now we're at a point in our life where knowledge, it does start to help you. Now, there's a lot of Zen books, Bibles, and a lot of other understanding books out there that want to help you with understanding knowledge, and all types of books from different cultures and religions that speak on this. A lot of times knowledge is going to always be a little heavy on the heart. That's why when we started this conversation, and that's why we started this conversation talking about, hey, look, that you see what's going on with some, you see how they're treating the situation, because it's infuriating in certain ways, but there's a lot of people that would not even see it in that way and see how the situation is being treated. And the thing with that is that when you have knowledge, you gain more knowledge. It is heavy on the heart. Heavy is the crown who wears it, right? Your crown is of knowledge. And the more knowledge you get, the more heaviness, the more responsibility. We are there. They still, it's funny because the first thing you start thinking about is that Spider-Man saying, right? And when they said that, they knew what they were saying when they put it out. A lot of people like me, you, we're going to take that saying and be like, yeah, with more power comes responsibility. Yeah, but we know the most powerful people don't do that. They're really talking about the people that has an understanding of knowledge.
Well, it's the tortoise and the hare type situation too, where they're like, nah, man, we got this. We're powerful. They're not going to mess with us. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, guess what? There is a crack in your armor. Because
what they did was they said, we're going to create this consumer society and give them all these means of consuming and train them how to consume. But they forgot that certain people will consume certain things, and that training of consuming will allow them to consume the right things or the wrong things in their minds.
In their minds. And they're going to look for those people too.
Yeah.
But there's so many of them now. They can't find us. I'm a peon.
Right. They don't give a shit about us. We got 473 subscribers, something like that.
What I'm talking about, I'm talking about looking for those who start to assimilate and know how to process the information that they have put out there, and that they stand out in a certain way. They're going to look for them to make sure that they don't get through. This is why on YouTube's and Facebook's and other types of platforms, it is so easy nowadays, especially now, to be able to lock you down a little bit and make sure that you do not rise as much. I know some people that have just came out with a song. They're not well known or nothing. They don't even got a fan base, but some kind of way that song got played a lot more than my song. I don't know how, but it's because they are out there messing with the algorithms. Those who run YouTube, they're just trying to see what works. How's this going to work? And sometimes somebody else might get through the old algorithm, which that your song actually, once you put the right tags, I put some of the same tags as my friend. We did it. And next thing you know, his song is moving and mine isn't. How is that possible? It's not. What it is just that it's because there's some little slip throughs and stuff, but they're messing with things. They're making laws to create their world.
For whatever reason.
Let me say this. They're making laws to create their world where they can control their world again because of what we're talking about, because of what Cruz brought up, that they have messed up. So now they got all this crap out here. We need, like you see how smooth that they put it out. Well, we need to make laws to help for people that are being racist. No, you mean racist that you think is racist.
Yeah,
because
as long as get people, the different group bitter at another group this time, and you're going to focus
and get somebody canceled. Okay, remember we have the count. Remember a couple of years ago, what was it called? Council culture, right?
Oh, it's still there.
It's
everywhere. It's even worse now. They're batshit crazy. It's not.
Okay, well they got to the law.
Yeah.
They got to the laws, right? They got to where they can make laws for council culture to be able to exist,
especially
even
in the UK. Yeah.
Oh man, the UK is wild. Yeah. Woo! Hey, that stuff out there is wild.
Yeah. And if you talk about something, that they don't agree with, they're going to shadow ban it. Well,
they're arresting people in UK, dude.
In the UK, you're getting arrested, bro.
Oh yeah.
No,
yeah.
They get arrested for tweets.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Oh man,
or
it's
like
crazy.
What is it in Japan? They have something called Sesame Credit or something like that, where
they watch all your credits and what you do, and they can stop you from taking the train to work.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Wild.
I don't know if is it Japan or is it Japan?
China.
Not Japan. Japan is actually one of the people that's actually trying to push out the foreigners. They're knocking them out because they understand what it does. That's why Japan is because Japan understands. One thing about Asian countries and Asian culture is they really have such a deep philosophical foundation in the Tao. And in certain spiritual aspects, that regardless of in some ways, believe me, they're not as they're off. They're actually worse than us in a lot of ways spiritually. It's like the balance, obviously, Western Eastern cultures. But in some ways, in terms of uniformity and in terms of understanding how important community is, they're still just and individual growth and honor and understanding certain aspects of like honor, which is something
and morals. They got some morals. They got, it's a lot of morally capable, not incapable, morally capable people in a lot of Asian countries that are very happy. Like country that you don't never hear about as often. They don't want you to hear about these countries because they're trying to do some of the most wicked things in that country. A lot of the most powerful go to those countries to have fun, like in Indonesia. They don't want you don't never hear nothing about Indonesia.
No.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
Or any of those places. Yep.
Well, the Philippines, you don't hear hardly nothing about the Philippines. You're right. And when you go check out some of these countries, you start learning the powerful actually go there, take the children, and take them off the islands. The Philippines has a thing where they know that their daughter or their son can come up missing, and they already know what happened. Like it's part of their culture.
It's everyday life for a lot of people. And Max is like, what?
As far as what do you mean?
Well, or I am, but because you don't follow this stuff as much as like I like the whole, like I said, the whole it's or not maybe not you, Max, but like let's say somebody who doesn't actually talk to somebody like me, because you talk to me, but there's a lot of people that don't have any idea of the shit I delve into, like I look into, and there are countries out there that literally are rule. Everyone says, oh, the USA doesn't rule other countries. No, we are in charge of half the world, and those countries are literally our states, and we don't even realize.
Well, we're a world power, man. And you know, you're right. I'm not a current event guy, but that's kind of by choice.
Would it surprise you that a culture was literally used to having their children abducted for islands to be used by the elite?
Yeah, that's twisted shit.
But it's happening. But it's happening.
It's been happening, and one of the major countries that's been doing it, Saudi Arabia. The Arabs have went snatching children up, take them, do what they want to do, send them back. And this the Arab world has been doing this a long time. The Arab world has actually been doing things like this also throughout Africa. That they have allowed the world powers have allowed the Arab world to do things that they shouldn't do. And this is not a slight on all Arab people. I have met some really nice Arab people, and they'll talk about their own people here in America. They'd be like, "Oh man, don't trust this guy, don't trust this guy." I'm like, "Hey, but that's your people." He's like, yeah, don't trust them. That's why I tell you don't trust them. I've had that a lot of times. You're right, and I've had that a lot of times. But the truth is the truth, and it's so much the truth that it's not even hard to look up. When you're in Africa, you can travel in places of Africa where the dark skinned black man in Africa is predicated to doing whatever the Arab man it wants, and he took over his area. This is the black man's area. This is his ancestry area, but the Arab man is there, and they literally will kiss his feet. You know, and they'll beat on. Look, man, they beat on people. They will sit there and bomb on the cab drivers, and the cab driver cannot sue that Arab man or nothing. They'll slap the women. They'll tell them, you know, from now on, you need to come work here. A lot of those people will be working for Arab shops, and the boss can come in there, see the black man behind the counter. He's doing something. If he mess up a little bit, the Arab boss jump over the counter, beat him up, and then tell him, be at work tomorrow and you better be here on time. This is the type of stuff that goes on. This is not even their country. But this is what this is why I said
this is world, everyday walk to 7-Eleven stuff. You see it on the street and go, oh, that not, oh my God, it's so terrible. It's like, yeah, this is life. What are you talking about? This is what they do.
What are you talking about? This is how we live out here. What do you mean? You must be visiting. You must be visiting. Are you visiting my country? Oh, I just got hit in the face. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. You are visiting my country.
It's normal. Yeah.
I deserve it.
This is how it really is, and most people in America would never.
We're all worried about our emotions. We're depressed today because I woke up.
We're depressed. Oh boy! Oh,
that's exactly the problem. Is that what happens is that we've got 90% of the country with no structural integrity.
Yeah.
Oh, integrity.
They don't have any principle. That's not 90%. I'm not gonna, because if you're really, a lot of the religious people just say they're religious. They don't really believe in the principles. But if you're actually religious or have some fundamental religion of your own, because that's what I do. I'm not gonna lie. It's Max. You have a religion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nash has a religion. I do. Regardless, but my point is a belief system that actually designates right from wrong.
Right.
And now we've got this country where we don't have that. So that's why you've got people that say, yeah, it's okay for this guy to get shot if he believes different than me.
Right.
When half the country goes, whoa, no, no, never. And they say, well, he would do it to you, but no, he wouldn't. Well, I think he would. So why not let him just die? I mean, he's a bad person, bad.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? And all of this, what we're saying right here, like even in bringing it all full circle from earlier, this is desensitizing at its finest when you go look and you look at other countries that have other people from a whole nother country come into that country and take over that country. And then all of a sudden they become rulers and they act real obnoxious towards the people that is really their land. This is how the third worlds work and all that.
Hey, there's certain parts of this country that's happening in right now. There's an area of Michigan that's they want to have Sharif law and all kinds of other wild shit. And it's like, wait a minute.
Man, you heard about that? Yeah. It's some wild stuff,
Well,
bro.
that's
It's
that's the
wild,
whole point.
bro.
We break up our country. We break up the actual continuity of what we were about. Because at one point, the reason why this country thrived is because there was a balance between individual and community needs. You were yourself. I'm Jim, and I'm doing this. But you were also I'm Jim, who lives in Benford. And Benford is a town that like makes the best cheese. And I love my cheese in Benford, and I love making cheese for my friends, and it's my life. And now it's like, I want to make cheese in Benford, but now I can't just stay in Benford. I got to make cheese, and I got to have a factory, and I got to make cheese for the whole goddamn world.
Right.
And now you got these people. So, but one of the things that's happening in the third world as well, though, is that they are getting access to this. And once you peek under the curtain and you see, so those people that were living there and getting smacked and going, oh, it's okay to get smacked. Oh, I got a 1 hour ticket to the internet. Oh, I found $1. I'm going to go to this internet parlor that I never went to before. What? And then their lives change forever, and they can't unsee what they see. And then
they lie, and that is a big thing when it comes to internet around the world.
And they didn't calculate that. They didn't calculate that. They thought, oh, the consumers will consume more, but now the equalization is happening, and now people in Indonesia are going to get an AI, and that AI is going to be on their little freaking computer laptop that they were able to spin money together, and it's going to go out on the internet.
Aren't there certain countries though where they block internet, or they block certain parts of the internet?
You can get around anything, especially with AI, dude.
They do. In China, they block stuff, but
I figure they
still get internet, but they get blocked of what comes into the country on the internet wave line, on the internet.
But once again, the dam you can't stop that kind of information. It always
something will get through, and they'll see something. And I think, okay, so the thing is, it's like this. There's a lot of things that get blocked in China from outside, so they don't really know what's going on the outside.
Exactly.
China is one of those people that do that. But there are things that get in because you have seen things on YouTube. I have, where YouTube has shown where this woman is like, look what happened here. This is the video I got from my auntie in China. So what they've done is they got those really good phones, though, those good iPhones, and so they could take pictures of the robotic dogs going up the street, and they got speakers on them saying in China, "Stay in your house, don't come out. If you come out, we will arrest you." Because this mother has got her phone hanging out her window, recording the robotic dogs coming up the street.
So we see this shit now. We see it.
Right. So now we see it. So
and then it goes back through and gets to the cracks, back around. And then somebody who has a computer in China who has a VPN or some way of getting a black hole tunnel through it sees it too. And then it spreads it through, and then the China has to stamp. I guarantee you, there's so much they're trying to stamp out there right now. They're not succeeding.
They're going crazy.
They're not succeeding. There's no way they can.
No, they can't. They can't hold all the information.
There's 8 billion people. Did you know there's by the end of this year, or even right now, there's going to be 82 million to 1 AI agents on the internet, AI bots.
Crazy.
82 million to 1. We have no idea what's going to happen here. That's why we shore up ourselves. We make the connections on the community level with people around you. You form improv groups. You go to improv jams and form people groups so that those people look at you as a person. And then you have people that know you as a person. So even if they find out you disagree with them, internally, they might shun you in their public life. But inside, if they have any shred of dignity, they'll go, I can't not talk to this person just because I realize they voted for Trump or whatever. I can't.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing right now.
And they brought me so much joy and love in my life that I cannot tell them that they're bad people.
Well,
and that's the thing.
I've seen some of that already. I've had a situation where, you lose a friend due to, your beliefs or whatever. It still goes on.
Of course. And those people are the people that they're the chafe. They're the filter. They're the reason. But there are people that are going to go, you know what? I've been wrong. I've been judging people on these beliefs, and they're actually good people. just because they believe differently, they're still good people. And the way they treat others shows me that they're good people, because they might believe it. They might have voted for Trump, but they just gave that guy a hand up on the street, or helped walk that lady, or, you know, helped me when I was feeling bad. They put a hand on my shoulder and said, hey, it's all good. Life is good. You're all right.
You know what the funny thing about all of that is, especially I talk to different people here and there. I get on the bus or whatever. It seems like the thing to bring up is Trump. Why? Because he's polarizing in a certain way, and but the only reason why he is polarizing in this way is because they made him polarize.
Yes.
Now,
now he made himself polarize. He did it intentionally.
Right. In a lot, and in a lot of ways. But the thing is this: my point here is, he's a good thing in a certain way to bring up about what people feel, because they go, I hate Trump. But then I go, wait a minute. Did you hate Joe Biden when Joe Biden was in office? Oh, well, I didn't even pay attention.
Exactly.
Oh, dang. You didn't even pay attention when he was there.
My friends do it constantly. They're like, oh, God. They're like, what? He did this the same thing. He was doing all this.
He was doing all this crazy stuff.
He was elected. He was, oh, no, he didn't really deteriorate to the last. And it's like, wow.
You didn't pay attention, and I hear that a lot. Where and I'm fried and I'm pick and I'm poke. But I'm even talking about people that say they don't care about what side it is, but they have some passion right now. They've got all this passion. I'm like, man, you're sure passionate for not caring about politics.
That's what happened with Max's friend. That's what happened with Max's friend, is that he was like, hey, he actually helped Max fill out his voting stuff.
Yeah. My mail-in ballot thing.
And he's like, I don't believe in all this stuff, but I believe in some of this stuff. And then slowly but surely, I'll
actually, you know what happened? Well, originally he was kind of rolling on my end of it. You know, like, you know, what I'm into. We had a deep conversation about it one night, but something changed. I don't know what.
But because he's a professor. He loves to bring it up. A professor at a local community college.
Yep.
So that's part of it. So he's getting all that.
Oh, he's undercover. Oh, he's undercover.
So I think he's something.
He's just propagandized. He's getting,
that's the point. If you have a structure underneath you, you cannot be propagandized. You can't change your ideas from.
Can't do that.
Hey, I'll help you fill out your stuff for your vote, and then I'll not talk to you anymore because I hate the guy. That doesn't happen to anybody with structure.
That's true.
You're right. Like people who say, "Oh, I used to be a Christian, now I'm an atheist." No, you didn't. You never had the structure.
It's basically you stand for something or you fall for everything, right? It's that kind of mindset, you know.
Well, right now we're in the. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, actually, I was just finishing up a thought. Go ahead. I actually forgot what I was gonna say, so go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say right now we're exactly in that, in a lot of different directions. Is that we either you stand for something or you fall for everything. Whatever you fall for everything is basically where we are. This is the time we're in.
Yeah.
This is the life we're living, where a lot of people is falling for everything, because a lot of people don't believe that some of these shootings, where somebody just walks in somewhere and just starts shooting different people, like Cruz had brought up about just shooting people or doing things or going places, and people don't understand what we're seeing on the media, the news. A lot of times, these are Manchurian candidates. These are bot mind people that have been made to do this. These are people that are following something that has nothing that you would never even understand.
And these are also people who are doing it intentionally, in terms of the government and other authorities saying, go out and kill these people at this school, and we're going to pretend it's some lone wolf dude.
Because why would somebody go walk into a school of children and just start shooting? And there was a year. Remember, there was a year, and it happened like 3 times, and then right, exactly. That's what they're saying, right?
Or somebody said, hey, we're going to pay your family this much money, or we're going to do this, or we're going to blackmail. You go in there and shoot these kids and then kill yourself, or else we're going to kill the rest of your family.
There you go. See what Cruz just said, and then they kill themselves. And then you go back. Let's go back maybe about 2-3 years ago. I would say about maybe 2021, right after the C-19, 19C. When that happened, okay, the thing is that all of a sudden you were hearing people going into places, children's schools, and it was happening like 3 times in 1 year.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Different people. And then they had this one person that did it at the end of the year that was in drag. Okay, just walked into a high school and just started shooting. But it was a person. That person don't work there. They don't go there. They had nothing to do with there at all.
What's their connection to it? Yeah.
And then here's the part that's even more twisted. Then the media intentionally omits the fact that they were dressed up in drags and were trans, which causes the counter media to go, oh, they were trans and it's a cover-up. And then they hate trans people more, and then all trans are evil, and then everything just continues and goes into the same goddamn
cycle, right? And then they leave out conveniently. Then you start learning. They say, "Oh well, we went on his Facebook and he was a right winger." And then you go to the Facebook, and he actually was a left winger.
And and that's intentional too, because you got people.
It's crazy.
So
there was something that happened out here recently where somebody, suicide drove into some plant or building or something like that. And of course, they went through his car afterwards, and kind of like my brother was pointing out, they found right-wing writings and materials, and it's like, why would the guy carry this shit on him like that?
Right.
You know what I mean? In his car.
Right.
Usually that's always your library at home.
Not only that, and it's always so. What the real issue is, and what I've realized in my personal life and in every aspect of my life, is paradox. What's happening now is that to have structure means you have to be able to juggle two things that can be right at the same time.
Yeah. Right.
Like for instance, ICE did rough up somebody over here. They did overstep their boundaries. They did do that. And we can't have illegal people in this country who aren't here and aren't citizens. We just can't have
two things can be right at the same time.
Right.
Well, it's like saying, there's bad cops and good cops, but we need cops. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. There are bad cops and good cops. We need cops. ICE did rough up somebody over here, but yet we don't. But we do need ICE it's all the plan. But look, the main thing is this one too. This goes in it too, is that you have ICE. They're doing it, but at the same time, you have people that are utilizing ICE to cause chaos in the country.
Oh, yes. It's a scapegoat.
It's just more than a scapegoat. They're utilizing ICE as a way to make you feel something. They need you to feel emotional.
Right.
One of the things that are going on in the country right now, is they want you to feel guilty for choosing, here we go, back to Trump, choosing Trump as the president. This is huge. You did this. And this is massive. A lot of people don't realize how massive it is. This is gigantic. Even with the Epstein files, you did this. You let Trump as the president. You get this. Oh, the Minnesota situation. You did this. You let Trump as the president. Oh, Savannah country. Well, you did this. You let Trump. Everything some kind of way spins back to that as a guilt thing. And I'm going, whoa, you don't see this, you guys?
And when the normal person who's not enlightened at all or doesn't have that structure, when you see all this information and you don't know what the truth is, your operating system automatically chooses one side because it's so goddamn easier. So much more easy.
Right.
Just choose the side and not have to worry about all this different information, who's right and who's wrong, and parsing out all the information. So they go, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to slice it in half, and I'm on a blue team. I'm
picking a side.
I'm a white guy. Oh, I'm a blind guy. Oh, I'm a gay. I'm a black person. Now I'm part of this team. I'm part of this other identity circle. I don't have to parse individuals. I don't have to judge things on an individual incremental basis that just makes me exhausted every single day. I gotta, because I don't have a lens to focus things through where I always know where I'm standing because the lens shows me, the compass shows me. They don't have that. So then they're like, I'm red. Hate gays. Hate Democrats. Oh, even that guy Democrat and what's that guy? The guy in the bald guy who had the stroke in Pennsylvania.
Oh,
Yeah, who actually is a badass and I actually really like him. Oh, well, he's talking about unity. He's not really a Democrat. I'm a Democrat with Kamala. Kamala's great. Kamala. Well, she's actually terrible. No. She's not red. She's not red. She's not red. She's not. So they can't because if they do, they have to think and they have to make the decision. They have to weigh both things in their hands and go, what is actually going on here? Every freaking moment.
what it is, the problem with a lot of people in mixing politics in with religion and spirituality and mixing it in a way where people put their head down and don't wonder, because we have a lot of people that do have a sensibility of things, and they're very calm and very sweet, and they're like, well, you know what, I'm Christian, or I'm whatever religion, and I'll just use Christians, and that they go, well, Christ over here, or this, and I don't have to worry about all the chaos around me. And then that actually starts and has more chaos, because a lot of people that are like that, which when they don't want to get involved, they don't want to help, they don't want to speak about it, they don't want to say anything, they don't want to know anything, they don't want to see anything, they just want to keep their head down. When you do that and you keep your head down, it's very tough for people to be able to help you. You can't
Mm.
you can't be helped, because now I have to look at you and say, well, I gotta let them go. Things are
Yeah.
getting crazy around them, and I gotta let them go. But this is what the greater powers want. See, there's a book that was written in the 1800s, late 1800s. Dogmas and life with what's that, Albert Pike. All right, there's a statue right now in Washington of Albert Pike. This guy, he wrote about how the Freemasonry would take over the world, how it's going to happen, and some of the things they talk about is with music. They talked about how they're going to make all the religions crash into each other, where no one believes nothing. They're also going to think that the people that are atheists and don't believe anything don't realize that actually being atheist is a religion.
Yep.
And they're going to use all the means, use all the means of the future to be able to bring it in, to be able to crash your mind, your heart, where there'll be so many things going on around you that you don't understand. And at the same time, while you're distracted with all this stuff and you're trying to believe in this and you're thinking you don't have to. And then you got the guy over here that's going Hulk about everything, Incredible Hulk on everything. And he's trying to, be the super activist. But you also, in the background, you got World War III going on, and they're trying to usher in something that's going to destroy everything. The rules, the regulations, the laws are going to all change. That's why every time they bring in something, they start changing the law. So this book said a lot of stuff, and they had a whole map what's going to happen. Look up Albert Pike. I think it's Laws and Dogma, I believe, something of that sort. 1880, 1890. You're going to trip off when you see some of that come up on your.
I'm looking it up right now. Laws of Dogma. You said Albert Pike.
I believe it's Laws and Dogma, and it's Albert Pike.
And you just put his name in and just pull it up.
And he has a statue in Washington. Why does he have a statue? Nobody knows. They'll say it's because he was part of the army. They'll say this, but really this guy is a high level Freemason dragon. Okay, that's what he is. He's a dragon. He's a secret society dragon. He's a high level, and when you read up on some of these things, it's bringing up a lot of stuff that we're talking about this very moment right now. It's the distractions of everything, but it's to collapse it all. And then once it all collapses the way they feel like they want it to collapse, then you can't help yourself but to have your head down, shoulders slumped, and all you're doing is headed down the road that they want on a little train, little box cart, all sad And then guess what? At the end of that boxcar ride, there's nothing but a big old ditch. Okay. These are the people that don't want that many people on the earth. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
These are the people that they want chaos. They want to try to give you the solution out of chaos. And this is what's happening. It is happening at a tremendous rate. And this is why a lot of people are not ready. And plus they don't want to be ready. And it's okay. It's okay in a certain way, but I can't hold you up when this stuff start really hitting, because you're going to ask a lot of questions when it starts hitting, and your moral compass.
A little more, yeah.
You should have been on it, like you said. You should have been wanting to learn about it. You were about to say, you're right. You should have been wanting to be on it. You should have been wanting to learn about it. You should have been. But guess what? When that stuff really hits the fan the way that these people really want it, guess what? Now your spiritual sense has to kick in. What is really what you're going to believe? Because like we've said before, these people believe in something that you don't believe. They believe something. Like when we start the show, we talk about the Epstein files, and Cruz was talking about children and things they're doing and all the gross stuff that we got going on out there and all this stuff. Hey, guess what? It's because they're doing this stuff as a ritual, people. This is rituality. This is their reality. It's rituality. Okay? This is their life. They do things, and because you don't believe this or you don't believe that, guess what? These powerful people, they believe that it's true. And they are more on the opposite side. These people are about that blood, about that children, about that sacrifice, about that baby sacrifice, about all those things you don't want to talk about. This is what they're doing in the background. And a lot of this is used for a distraction. This Epstein file stuff, I'm looking at it going, okay, I'm seeing it everywhere on my YouTube. It's everything. And guess what's going on? We got Iran. We're about to get into it with Iran. We got some stuff going on with Israel. They're over here doing some stuff. They just talked about how America just intercepted a Russian plane coming over the ocean, a Russian fighter plane coming to check out something in America, and they just sent some jets up to go. But you don't hear about that. This is the background stories.
But you're right. Even the Epstein is a little bit of a smokescreen in some ways.
It's a little bit of a smokescreen. It really is.
Or they'll put a new name in it. Hey, do you know Jay-Z was part of it?
Well,
that's going to be a nice new spinoff.
Which makes you wonder, is the Epstein files just like the Guthrie, in terms of there's so much worse going on than that?
Yeah, well, that's what he's saying. Yeah,
yeah. So it's like a step up. It's fractal basically. It starts off with this Guthrie is, now we're distracted by this to distract from Epstein. Now we're just getting distracted by it and distract from the baby sacrifices. Now the baby sacrifices are going to be distracted from the fact that we're taking
level by level.
We're selling finger. They're selling organs. They're doing. They're.
But at the same time, it's for a distraction, because a lot of this came out. I heard something just the other night about that, about the Itapay gate.
Yeah.
All right. Itapay gate.
Oh yeah. Those guys. Yeah. Itapay. I like it, man.
Yeah. The pepperoni pizza.
Okay. Itapay gate.
Yeah. And it was supposed to be fake, but well.
No, it's not. And obviously, when you see this Epstein stuff, you start seeing all these correlations. And I also noticed that with a lot of this Epstein stuff, and I'm like we always tell you guys, nobody over here is a Democrat or a Republican or none of this crap. But I got to keep it real. When I'm seeing a lot of this Epstein stuff, why do I keep seeing mainly only Republicans' names popping up in there that's down with Epstein?
That's interesting. Yeah.
Well, what? There's a reason for that.
Our Trump supporters, people.
They're always Trump supporters, or there's a reason for that.
And they don't. None of them care about Clinton anymore, even though he's all over the place.
Right.
None of them give a shit. It's like, oh well, he was. We all know Clinton was a jerk. That's no big deal. It's like he was the president for 8 years under your party. You don't think Obama didn't have anything to do with that? Oh, he didn't know about it? Well, he might have known about it. Yeah, he knew about a pedophile ring throughout the highest levels of government and didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Hey, check it out. Remember those WikiLeaks leaks back in the day that was talking about ping pong pizza in Washington,
and hot dogs.
And mozzarella sticks and oh, I have this pizza coming over today. I hope that they like the pool that I'm going to say. I'm going to have an 11-year-old and a 9-year-old pizza there. Okay, these are all these emails that came out, and guess what, folks? These people were Democrat people that were helping out Clinton and her party. They had the emails talking about
they're all
chickens.
in on it.
Right, they're all in on it. So it's like what I believe is, since that Pizzagate was going on so much back then, I believe that now this is the Epstein's Republicans' turn, because now you hear nothing about Republican all the time. And back then it was all these Democrats that got caught. But see, the difference is
that's because they're all doing the same shit.
Right, because they're all doing the same thing.
They play for the same team. They probably eat the same pizza.
Oh, they do. And the thing about it is
sea pizza.
Pizza.
Cat, but C is something else. C is something else, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That rhymes with mild and wild and
yes, and vile.
Yeah. And the thing about it is you see that and you notice it, and only people like me and you guys can notice and go, oh, okay, so a few years ago it was all about them. I mean, they were getting popped left and right. These emails were damning. It was some serious stuff, but they swept that under the cover quick. Oh, that's crazy. Yes. All that stuff got away fast. Nobody went to jail. I mean, even people like Tony
Hillary Clinton. Remember, that was the Hillary Clinton thing.
They were all her people. These were all her people that were on her staff. Tony Podesta's, all the Podesta.
Probably the what's his name? Stephanopoulos and all those guys, yeah.
All of these guys, they were all there. All the Clintons, all these people. Clinton, like I said, over there sacrificing chickens in her backyard, and then all of them are cool. All of them are cool with this witch that is a proclaimed witch and doing spirit cooking. You go look up what spirit cooking is. Then this woman is over there using bodily fluids of all types and putting it on walls But guess what? These people are talking about how they're going to go to her house and be part of it and do this and do that. And look, this person named Marina Marinovich, this person, she's still looked at as this great woman. Lady Gaga loves her. You got to look it up. Lady Gaga talks about how great this witch is. And she comes from those emails. And the thing about it is, this stuff, all that stuff, has been covered. They don't care. Jay-Z was there. They got pictures of Jay-Z in parties with this Marinovich, and they're sitting over a body, but it's like a cake that's made to look like a human body, right?
Yeah.
And they got their forks and spoons dug into this cake that looks like a human body. It's real, folks. But the thing about it is, now we have the Epstein files, and most of the names that are popping out with the Epstein files that they haven't all, don't have it redacted, is all clear. You can see the name. It seems to be all Republican people this time.
That's interesting. Yeah, you're right. That's
oh my
yeah. When
gosh.
you really dissect it and look at it, it's like, oh yeah, that's a good point. Yep. They tried to,
it's time for us to wake up and realize what is really going on. It's time for you to start to see things in a different light. When I brought up Albert Pike, I brought it up for a reason. I brought him up for a reason because he was saying that, hey, we control the world. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. And we're going to do it like that. And they want all of this chaos out there because this is desensitizing. Like I said earlier, it is a religion right now to be gay. Gay is a religion now, folks.
It is. Yep. You have to follow a certain ritual. You have to. Yep.
This is a
any
cult.
identity.
It's a cult now.
Being black is one too. You
Yeah,
gotta be
being
black, you
black
gotta
is
be
an
this
identity
way.
thing
Being
too.
white is becoming one more, because it used to be that white was just white, but now it's all because that's what they want. They want the religions to be based upon things that don't actually have to do with a higher power.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it has no basis on that. You are the higher power in all of it now.
And, or your higher power is your designated identity, like whether you're blind or whether you're a blind black man, whether you're a blind black gay, trans, cat person.
Blind black man, gay, trans.
But one thing I wanted to bring up, what I think is the scariest part of this are the peoples, and we all have friends like this, the people that are the helpful slaves. The people that are in a position now where their lives they consider their lives great. They've got the job, they've got the house, they've got the 401k, they've got everything, they did everything they're supposed to do. And then you got some schlub like me coming in trying to break up what's going on. The world is great. America, lip-a-dip-a-doo, everything's wonderful. I'm doing good. Everything's fine. Oh yeah, I work 40 hours a week. I'm stressed out. I'm on Xanax and other things, and I'm waiting for my retirement in 8 years because I'm counting the days. But hey, so I'm going to turn you in. You're the bad guy. You're stopping my role here as my servant role. I can roll up and I could be the next tier of servant over me, who I used to be the servants. So right now I'm over you as a servant, but I could even climb higher as a servant.
But people like you are kicking me down, and you shouldn't be, or something.
You know the word we're looking for this, and we can say it if we want to, but it starts with house.
Yes. Yep.
But it doesn't rely to that. It doesn't rely. It relates to that. It relates to people who are so entrenched in the system that they believe that they're actually.
And that could be any race, by the way. Just so
absolutely.
They know.
Yeah. Hopefully, I didn't offend you, Nash. I didn't mean to.
No, it didn't offend me, because this is where we are. We're at a point where people are nuzzled up to the system. We're going to have those people that will turn you in. It says in Bibles and in different Zen type books that they're going to, in that time in the last days, you have people that will literally turn you in. Mm-hmm. All right, they're going to turn their back on you because they're going to run. No. Master, he's over here. But I thought that was your cousin. Isn't that your cousin? Yeah, but he ain't like me.
Yeah, and let's be honest.
During COVID, it was ramped up big time, and they were
you just said. Hey, you just hit it. Hey, man, you just hit a home run. COVID. What were they doing with C1919C? They were sitting up there.
C stands for control.
For real talk, they were going to pay people to tell them if somebody was coming out of their houses and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And there were people saying, "Oh, I'm going to report that business. It's open," and
and they love it.
Mm-hmm.
You know why?
Crazy, bro.
Because it reasserts their sense of belonging and their sense of status.
Yeah.
And loyalty.
Yes, and also they're also safety, because if they're in with the people, they get the food. And this here's something interesting.
As Lonzo says, you're either at the table or on the menu, right?
This is gonna piss off a lot of our. This is gonna piss off any female listeners we still have. A lot of this is because of the feminization of people, and in internment camps and in slave camps, the women turn first.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it. I'm going to say it because the women need protection and they need people to protect them, while the men are raised inherently on individuality, because
it's a condition. It's being conditioned. This is one of the things that a lot of cultures that are of the darker race of cultures. We speak about how, like, there was a letter that a lot of people don't know if it was a real letter, but it's called the Willie Lynch letter. The Willie Lynch letter. In the Willie Lynch letter, it talks about how to treat a slave and to get them under control, so you won't have slaves thinking they can run away, so there won't be any riots, won't be nobody trying to take over the household, all this type. But one of the ways is to beat the husband in front of the wife, and it will be good. And it'll be good if you beat the husband in front of the wife,
because she'll be subservient.
Exactly.
And she's the one to push the subservience.
Exactly. And the way she will push the subservienceness is she's going to push it on the children. So they like the idea that she would have the children there too. This is their favorite. Beat the husband in front of the wife, in front of the 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 2-year-old, 5-year-old. So that way, when the 5, 6-year-old starts to act out, by the time it's 11 years old, the mother could say, "Don't be like your daddy, boy.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get beat,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
you
Not
gonna
only
die."
that, while she's fucking some other dude as well.
Hey,
Right.
Because,
hey,
let's be honest here, because what people don't understand what happened in the gulag. They
hey,
don't
there
understand
it is.
that what happened was the men were taking away and they were writing their wives, and their wives had already married other men. Happened all the time. The problem with, and this is not a knock against women. Women in throughout biologically history, they're made to find protection. They are weaker. They've been weaker physically by astonishing levels. Like, it's not even close how much stronger men are. And in previous generations, that strength was physical. You could beat
Right.
somebody up. You could, and especially then. So in women, communal, identity through group, identity through also not solving problems immediately, because if they do, then they could be called out, and if they're called out, their protection's gone. So they work behind the scenes, nefariously try, or just like gossip through social stuff. While men, us, for instance, perfect example. A couple days ago, we did about a month ago, we did a think rap, Louis and I, right?
Oh, you mean the one that Louis and I did alone without you?
No, with me, all three of us.
Oh, with three. Okay.
And or even actually Koala was there. I got a little heated. He actually admitted that he was a little bit annoyed with me.
Oh, right.
Well, we've had issues before with somebody else on our shows.
Uh-huh.
And my point is that the handling was different. The handling was I got in touch with Louis and said, "Hey, I apologize." All right, cool, done.
Or actually, he kind of reached out to you, on the last show.
We both kind of did. Actually.
Yeah.
Whereas I was planning on saying it anyways. I was planning on saying, "Hey, I said something that I felt was inappropriate. I felt I disrespected you, and I want to apologize for that." But men do that because men inherently, we all see status, but men inherently see status as a thing that's as a good, like not to equal out. Like if a man sees, if I see someone who's competent and I'm a leader, and you're a smart, wise individual, you're gonna go more likely, oh yeah, I'm going to follow that guy. Like if two guys get in a fight and someone beats your ass, you know who's on top. You're not going to go, maybe you'll be a little bitch, but that's because of the whole jealousy. My point is that guys know more about this kind of thing. You walk into a room with a bunch of dudes, you're looking around at who's the one who's most controlled, who's the one that's got the most confidence and stuff, right? It's just inherent. We all
that's
do
the
it.
revered one, yeah. The one that's the bigger person.
Well,
they always say.
Sometimes there are better leaders than other people.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are better at things, and women don't like that, because women want equality. They want everyone to be good at, because women, and you even look at the bell curve. You even look at the bell curve of intelligence in terms of IQ levels. Women tend to be more average in IQ. They tend to have more averages. They tend to be more in the middle. There are smart women. There are stupid women. Don't get me wrong. But in terms of general averages, they are right in the middle. Men are either stupid or they're smart more often.
True that.
And there's a lot more stupid ass, dumbass men and really, 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 really smart men, and a lot less right in the middle men than there are women.
Let me get in here. I want to intervene a little bit and say this too. With women, it's already out there. You can look it up real quick about. They have a lot of women. There were mostly a lot of women that were going and graduating in college. A lot of them were black women. But black women are supposed to be known to be less inferior to other races of women. That's how the 80s, 70s, 90s, when women's live was really, really beginning, and this is how they kind of portrayed it. But nowadays, in this life we live now, I'm noticing a black woman is everywhere on the TV doing this, doing that,
commercials and stuff. Yep.
Commercial, but now look, and I don't look at it as a positive thing. I look at it as, oh, this is a trick. Reason why? Because I've seen the black woman be used in so many different ways to go against man, to go against the brother, to go, because one of the things how the government plays, and they love this.
Yep.
That's right. There you go. You already know where I'm going. They love that.
Yep.
They love this. And a
Where
woman
the
is
boys
weak.
worship the mother. The mother can
Look,
do no wrong.
and guess
Keep
what?
going.
And
Keep going.
where did this start with? Is that a lot of times a woman is weak in this way because why are you downing your brothers to do a certain thing to get the money from the government? You be like, I don't need you. And you act like you don't need a brother, you don't need a man, but you really do need a man. But
Because
this
that's why you
world
want your sons. Go ahead. Yeah.
right. Oh, well, see, but yet you want your sons to be with a good woman, but he's watching you and how you act and how you treat men, and so now he's a little bit feminized. Okay, let's keep it real. So he's being so it's a harder. This is a different lifetime over this last 15 years when a woman is raising a young man by herself, no matter what color he is, white, black, Mexican, don't matter. It's a different life. Now, in the 70s and 80s, when a woman raised a young man, she was like, you need to be strong. You better get up and go do something. These were all races were like that. I'm not, you had a white woman like, I'm not having no drug addict in my house. You know, she'd go off. She'd make sure that her white son get up and do something for himself.
And even then, it wasn't enough because they even then, with all them trying to say that, even then they still need the male role model. It doesn't.
Oh, they still need the male role model. And who was making sure the male role model wasn't in there? That liked them when they went there? Is the government.
Yep.
You know. So
and who's also the whole idea of when we used to cry as kids. It used to be, don't cry. Grow the hell up. Stop being a little bitch. Now it's learn to express what you have the right to cry.
Express yourself. Go ahead, learn to express yourself.
Females are allowed to cry. No one ever used to get mad. Now everyone can cry because it's performative. You can cry. That means you're caring.
Express yourself.
That's funny. I got a Suno song called "Missing Your Daddy," which it's just about that kind of thing, where the boys are becoming feminized, you know what I'm saying?
The girls don't have, but the girls are put on a pedestal still, and they're not held accountable. So the only ones still held accountability are the men, and then they look at it and go, well, why should I be accountable? So then no one wants to be accountable because
there is no accountability for nothing.
The female unaccountable. Like my friend works at this job, and they've got, I've got to admit that it's because there's so many females at the job. There's no males there. They all talk behind the
sounds like my job.
They hire people back who they hate, but they hire them back because they feel like they have a sister who works there or something. They don't fire people. They don't have the proper like human resources are 90% female and they're 90% unneeded. Because most of the people that file all the crap against human resources are other women. About because men just want to get shit done usually.
Yeah. You don't see dudes.
But they used to. But now they've been conditioned to not want to get things done. To talk meetings. Oh, let's have a meeting, and then nothing gets done, but they all feel good afterwards. Yay! Yes. But nothing gets done, and then everyone still hates each other because nothing really is talked about. Yeah. That happens with my improv group too. The theater kid groups. They have these we have committees. We have a committee for this, a committee for that. And then we talk about it. And then 8 months later, we got the committees. And then we have all these, nothing is, so it's everywhere now. And it's intentional because when you destroy masculinity, you destroy individuation in a lot of ways because men strive to be better because we have to. Because to protect, you have to be better.
Or just to be the provider,
you have to know your resources. You have to know how to hunt. You have to know how the tiger looks. While nothing against women, and the thing is, that's why women are great at about making homes. That's why when you come home to a woman who's strong and has a mind and the house is in order and you're the man and you come home to a woman who kisses you and you feel like she knows, she's behind you. There is no better feeling as a man. And that's why we strive for it, because we want that. We want to be loved for providing, for being the provider and structure for a woman and a family, because that's goddamn good. And now it's no. We need women should be working in the field. Yeah, some women should. Just like I will never have kids, But damn it, but I still want to protect people.
Right. You still want
have the urge to fight. If I see a woman getting hit in the street, my instinct is to go and help her, even though I could get myself killed. It just happens.
Right. It's just what we do.
It's not, and then people, no, it doesn't. That's not true. Yes, it is. Any guy will tell you. Any guy who's worth their salt will tell you that every time someone like a child or a woman is hurt, doesn't matter how much they're bitchy. If you see a woman get struck, there's something in you that just goes. And I mean, I'm not saying I don't believe that women. I believe if anybody hits anybody, they deserve what they get because they're intelligent. But you know what my point is, right?
Yeah.
In other words, the one. Go ahead, Max.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's a male instinct, to protect.
And it's a good male instinct. It's right.
Right.
Because it saved our asses for millennia. That's why we're here.
And the thing about it is with all of that is that we're living in a society right now where that they wanted to have the woman push forward and to be able to cater to her in a certain way and to give her these platforms and to feminize and all that. It's all for reasons so they can get their agenda done. What you're saying is that women are not paying attention that all of this is done for an agenda, ladies. Don't think that all of a sudden this is women's rights, women's live, and you found something. Right, yeah, all this work you put in, and this is about time that you got this or got that.
The patriarchy has been oppressing you we've been protecting you from other men.
And actually the patriarchy now the patriarchy's using you. Is what's going on.
Because you think emotionally, you don't think rationally. You have a different mindset every goddamn day and a different political opinion based upon your mood, and then you get mad at us for not.
Yep.
But you do, because that's okay, because that's why you're good with children. That's why you can make a home well, because you're community oriented. You're holistically oriented. You see the connections and things that most men don't see. You make those connections. You bond with people in ways that men don't. You make us want to protect you. That's what the civilization is about. It's all about you, women.
Well, see, the thing about it is
to protect you.
The thing about it is this: is that women have to dial back and go ahead and don't even try to look behind the curtain. Don't try to look in front of them. What they're going to have to do is take it all the way back. Eve was made for Adam, and God said Eve was made for Adam because Eve is a helpmate. Okay.
Yeah.
Helpmate. A helpmate is somebody that's going to do what Cruz said. She's going to make sure that she calculates certain things that she knows how to calculate to make sure it's done household wise, even some business things done in a certain way. And her husband goes, "Hey, baby, did you yeah, baby, I got that done. Tell me about it, baby."
So you delegate. You delegate.
Yep. And she understands certain things, and the man goes, "Okay, you know what? I like that. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that." She goes, "Perfect, babe. I got you." And she follows. She follows his lead, and she goes with it. It's not to overtake, ladies. You're not here to overtake and to make a man be subservient up under you. Now, a man is not supposed to be subservient up under you, but you're not supposed to be subservient up under him. But in this world that we live in, there is a Godhead. And what has to be done when you want your power, ladies, this is how you get your power. Your power comes from making sure your man is following a moral code, integrity, understanding how to be as a man. He's following what he said he would do. He made a promise and he's keeping his promises. You need to find goodness in that, confidence in that. You can attach yourself to that. You can be up under him in that way. You have God, right? You have Christ, and this is the Godhead way. You have God, you have Christ, you have man, you have woman, you have children. Boom. If you don't understand at least that, not saying that you got to be religious. All I'm saying is there's a basics there where that for a woman to notice her a good place to be at is where you shouldn't be trying to make all the decisions. And don't make excuses saying, I have to make all the decisions. Hey, look, well, then get rid of that dude. That dude ain't no good for you if you got to make all the decisions.
Delegating. You guys aren't delegating properly. He's just sitting on his ass.
Not only that, but it's also the fundamental idea that it used to be precious to close your legs and keep your legs closed, because babies used to be like they used to know, I can't have sex with this man because if I do, I could get pregnant, and that will change everything, and killing it is wrong, because afterwards, once it's done, it's done. It's a switch that's been switched.
Yeah.
And when you take that away, not only do you take away something fundamental, because that's the purpose of women, is to create babies, just like the purpose
That
of
is
men.
your purpose.
And the
That
purpose
is
of
the
men,
purpose.
the purpose of men is to create the foundations and structures that protect those women so they can create those babies.
Right. Yeah.
And you're supposed to keep the home.
Truth. That's biological truth.
And look, and this is a happy home. Look, the best happy home for the people that have been married for 50 something years, I guarantee this, because their woman is not always causing disruption. Ladies, not saying that the woman is so subservient, she's so loyal, she don't say nothing. No, we're saying the woman is not shaking up everything. She ain't complaining every 100 minutes. She's smooth. She's smooth about it. She know how to get her man to do things without being disruptive.
Yes, she uses her emotional connectivity and empathy to bolster the foundation of the home, and to bolster that. So when that man comes home and he's had a rough day, maybe he doesn't talk about it. Maybe she just goes and pulls down his pants and gives him a Hummer.
Well,
no, but my point, or maybe a massage, or maybe just a wrap around the shoulder where no words. No, we don't need to talk about it. Maybe she just knows, because that's what women do, and that's why they hate men. You need to know when I'm like, that's not my role. You want that to be when a man comes home and he's like, you can see it in his face. She comes up, gives him a hug, and says, "I am here. I love you. You're loved. You're doing."
And if your man does not know how to respond to you doing those types of things, then he's got
to
be
gone. He's not right.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nash.
And so your main thing with that is he's got to be gone. He isn't right. That's not the kind of man you need. Yep. But at the same time, it's when you find yourself, you have to go back and look. You are supposed to be a helpmate. And in this world, the battle that we're in right now, because it is a battle, we are in a war. You don't realize we're in a war right now. We're in a war. And just because you're seeing a female face everywhere. You're seeing a female attitude on things everywhere. You're seeing feminizing things everywhere. This is not your time to pick up a weapon and say, "Yeah, see, look, see." No. This is when you're supposed to go, "Whoa, there's a problem. This is disruption in the world. Hold on. This is not the way it's supposed to go." You're supposed to say, "Wait a minute, I'm not supposed to see this all the time like this. This is not how life is supposed to be." That means there's disruption is happening, and you should be trying to figure out how to lay it calmly with your man, get it right, and be different from that.
Yeah. And
let go of hold on. I gotta say this. Let go of all of this internet crap, all of this stuff, watching all of these shows. This is all women, no matter what race you are, watching all of these shows where these women are arguing, fighting, talking crazy to their husbands, talking crazy to their boyfriends, talking crazy to their dads. All of these internet, all of these shows that are out there, these reality TV shows on all these different networks and platforms. Get off the crap, because you're living this crap.
Did you say crap form?
Oh yeah, crap forum. Yes, right. Yeah, all these crap forums. Yeah.
But you're right about that. And another thing that you need to do is what people are worried about. Well, I love science. I'm a woman. I should be in STEM. Great, be in STEM. But when you have kids, you put that priority over, and then you make a lab in your basement, and you work when the kids are sleeping at lunch, and you do your shit, because there are millions of women who have influenced. You know how many ideas were influenced by women just because they were sitting in bed at night when when scientist husband got off work, and their wife is so smart that she's talking to him about that kind of stuff, and of course he's listening, because in that kind of relationship, that trust is built, and then he brings that idea, and the next morning it helps, and she's never even I didn't get the credit. So what? it's all about credit and acknowledgement. But I guarantee you, what about the woman who's at home and writing stuff all day, and her husband comes home and reads the writing and goes, "Wow, I've learned a lot of."
Yeah.
So it's not about intelligence. It's not about contributing to society. You're contributing to society by creating foundations that are so strong that you can give your influence and it filters out into the world through your children, through your life, because God damn it, it's so important. It's the most important. Like I said, the only reason men do what they do is because of you.
Right. That's what motivates men.
Yeah.
That's real talk.
What motivates men is women and children. It's if you weren't here, we would.
If men weren't motivated,
we would fall apart. We'd be killing each other all the time without women. We'd be killing each other, raping each other, doing whatever.
It takes me back to a line in the the Ice Opinion, where Ice-T was saying, if women, or what was it? If men didn't have women, we would just sit around, get fat, and fart all day.
But here's the thing, though, and this is this is where it might get kind of crazy now, is that men can and will adapt better. So the truth is that if men didn't have women and we had like test tubes that like made other men.
Right. Oh God.
We would still have societies and hierarchies because men are just geared that way. Would it be the same? No. But that's the scary part, is that, okay, let's just be honest. If men were disappeared from the planet right now, society would fall apart in about 2 days.
The planet would fall apart, dude.
If women disappeared from the planet right now, all their jobs, would the power stay on? Would men go, "Oh shit, we got to figure this out"?
Of course.
Yes, we would.
Of course we would.
That sounds. Would it be great for a while? Would it at some point dissolve into nothing? Would we become shells of ourselves and be lack purpose? Maybe. But
hey, but we'll find a way to get along because we're going to be efficient with a lot of things. But the thing is, that is exactly what society, the secret societies, that the controllers of this world, ladies, they really want you to really believe that you are everything, but you're so much everything. We're going to put you up so much and make you feel so much that even they convinced you that it's okay for a man to be you. And you cool with it. You want to be with your homegirl, homeboy, whatever he decided he is that day. You're so cool with it.
Yeah.
You're so cool with it. Okay. And this is what they want, because this is destroying society.
Yeah. And then if you hate men and women are amazing, well, why wouldn't men want to be women?
Oh, there we go.
If everyone hates you and your existence sucks and you're just a tool that needs to be used, why wouldn't you want to be able to do nothing and be praised for just being you? Right. Oh, you're just you. I'm me. What do you do for me? Well, I have to work. Yeah, you got to work. You have to have a good job. You got to do this. What do you need to do for me? What do you mean? What do I need to do for me? I'm here. I'm me.
Yeah, the fact I chose you. You should be happy. You should be happy that I chose you.
Do nothing. I'm perfect the way I am. Now you need teeth clean, canteen, painting, planting, painting, painting. Me? You're telling me to do something? Oh, you sexist misogynist. I am woman. I am me, and I'm me.
If there's a way that we can have a meeting of the minds, ladies, where you decide that you take back your femininity as yours, because you have men that don't even know how to say or explain what a woman is anymore. You should be upset about that. You should not be happy. You shouldn't back anything up like that. It's destroying society. And if you truly are the strong, powerful superwoman that you are, then you would want society to be held up correctly, where your children are actually boys and girls, and they grow up to be boys and girls, and you're not down with any type of hormonal pills given to children. You're not down for anybody. Yeah, I mean, look, you're not down for those types of things. You got to go against it. This is what they always throw testers out there. You know, the secret societies out here, they always put stuff out there for you to see. You're going to notice things, and then they go, well, you know what? They're not saying anything. Okay, well, good. They're not saying anything. Now we can implement this next plan. And guess what, ladies? A lot of this is your fault because you're not in the war.
You're damn right.
You're not in the war enough. Okay. Now there's some women out there that understands what's going on. Yeah, but it's not enough. I can tell it's not enough because I can see women everywhere on different things. I can see that the femininity has taken over this planet.
Yeah.
And and I'm like, whoa, what are we doing?
Yeah. So here's how I'm gonna tie it all together. And because it's not just one thing, it's the feminization, it's the identity politics, it's the secret society, it's the wealth disparity, it's the information, it's the government corporations, which are basically the same thing.
Yep.
It's all these things coming into head, and for a while there, I guarantee, I truly believe that the people at top said, "We've done it. We've done it. We have our society.
We got control.
We've got control. We've got it. We've done it. Everything's working. Everything's feeding up into us, and we're not giving anything back. It's all feeding up. We don't give a shit. It's more and more power. Yes, and then all of a sudden something happened, and now
they weren't expecting.
And now it's like, oh shit, and watch out. Like I said, the next year, the next 5 years, life will be completely different.
I'm sure it will be.
Well, look, check it out. They want the control that they always seek. They've been seeking. They're actually closer than ever getting it. We won't get the having life the way that we even have it now, which is not great because of what we're seeing and how society's structured.
Still amazing in a lot of ways, though.
It's not great, but it ain't bad at all, right? So but check it out. The main thing about it is that they have an idea that they want to be able to push, that a lot of things are going their way. They see it. But a lot of this conversation we're having, yes, it does affect minds in a certain way. We have people out there that will affect minds in a certain way, in a positive way, that is against all the rigmarole that they put out. But the problem is that a lot of these secret societies are down with that. They have quantified that they're going to have people out there that are good, change, and effective people that will affect thought. They already put that in their plans. Okay, these people over here, we kind of messed up. We kind of did this. We kind of overshot our wad here. And, but guess what? We're going to spin it back around this way. I look at it as this. I, for one, look at it as it's not going to get better. But what it will do is do this. It will start to separate because we are way more than the secret societies. There's more of us. But the thing is that more of us has to decide not to stay up under a loyal thumb for no apparent reason and decide to kick their butts and kick their own butt and get into the war. If you don't do that, and if you don't decide, you know what, I need to think of something to do to affect thought, do something. Help somebody do something. You don't always have to be out in the limelight. You don't got to do like we're doing on the radio, YouTube. You got to, we're doing a podcast. But you could be behind helping out some type of way. You could be doing something. Do something that affects thought and push thought forward. Because right now, these people out here, they got all kind of plans for you. And here, it ain't nothing good. And they are truly doing what Cruz brought up that we went on hard. They have feminized everything. And one of the things we got to talk about, too, on one of our next programs is talk about the central banking. Central banks, these central banks and these types of banks inside all different countries, these central banks, they are also bringing in a lot of ruin into countries. Okay, Federal Reserve, the Federal Reserve, they're bringing in ruin into countries. Okay, people need to wake up. Long as we have a lot of this going on, a lot of stuff is not going to change. And every time some craziness happens, guess what? Laws will change. And if you're going to be sitting there being silly, running to the voting polls for the red and the blue, these gangsters in the White House and all the time, guess what? We're never going to get the true change you want because You don't understand. You vote for the blue, but guess what? You thinking you like somebody, and they got some other plans for your children. You vote for the red, you thinking you like somebody, but guess what? They got some other plans for your money. So leave it all alone. Learn how to do that, and things will get better. Until then, well, we'll just be coasting along until we can get that right.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that shit.
Nice way to wrap it up, huh?
I think so, man. We got around 2 hours into this. Is a killer conversation.
Oh yeah,
man.
we've been tearing it up, dude.
Yeah, it's badass, man. So now we got 2 shows I got to work on the next day or two. We got the Think Rap, which was great as well.
Oh yeah,
From a different angle. I love the different angles, man, because we're all finding our way in different ways. Louis is doing it through standard psychology and his religious beliefs and just being himself. You know, Max is doing it through not actually getting too involved in all the bullshit, which is actually a very good strategy as well. And that is because then we need people who aren't as black hole rabbit hole as myself and Nash are. So we have all these different people, but it's the main thing that we all understand is that we connection, individual connection is more important. Love is actually important. Cliche as much as you want to say it. Acceptance and love and but also keeping your eyes open. So yeah,
absolutely
damn right, man.
Wow. All right, well, on that note, I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I am Cruise Control,
and I am Soul Refresher, Nashayah Napash.
And that's the story.
The story.
See ya.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Everything sacred. Yeah. Can you feel it? Everything sacred. Everything sacred. Everything sacred. Yeah. Oh, everything. Oh, everything. Take it with a Maxwell.